Hi everyone, it's Justine here from House of Mahalo. Thanks so much for joining me. So I'm just popping on to do a flip through of this beauty. I'm calling it Cottage Garden and I'll explain a little bit about the story in a minute. So I've made this on video for my paid patrons. We've been doing a sort of kind of like a craft along start to finish. I just did a little bit of the embellishing and finishing touches off screen. But I've actually made it from a biscuit box, so it is a big journal. I'm calling it a mega journal. So we're just over 9 inches tall by just over 8 inches. So it's quite a little beauty, 2 signatures. And the idea for this one is if somebody was going to have like a folder of stuff about their garden, so things they've seen in the garden, planting notes, botany notes to, do their gardening, grow plants, grow vegetables, just general notes about their garden. This is the folder that I envisioned it being like. So we've got Gordon Benningfield images on the front with a book plate, and I've just called it Garden. As I said, it is a folder about the garden. The signatures are removable, so I've done a 3-hole pamphlet stitch for the papers, and then they've got the elastic so they can be taken out. And along the spine, hopefully you can see, I have a beautiful tassel. Just with some beads and all laces and trims. Along the back there we've got another Gordon Benningfield image. So this is the back of the cottage with the path and everything. And I've just got a pocket there made from some music sheet and beautiful lace. So I've got a Country Diary Edith Holden greeting card in there, just went lovely with the colours, and a masterboard card with a little bit of detail on there, Edith Holden on the back with a bit of a writing spot. And hopefully you saw we've got the pretty curtain fabric down the spine. So I'm just going to hoik the tassel out of the way so you can hopefully see everything. There we go. So as I said, bit of a big one, and we have this kind of waterfall kind of effect where I wanted all different shapes of pages and things. So we've got some different book pages on the inside, front and back. I can't remember what book they came from, but I do have it in a playlist. I've just added the butterflies. So we've got a little bit of an embellishment here, and that acts as kind of like a tab for this writing page. We've got one of my clusters at the top. I realise I'm just going to pop the light on, hopefully you can see a bit better now. With a writing spot there, and this is faux vintage ephemera that I've backed and torn around with my sort of deckled edge ruler, just to have that be a little bit of a writing spot tucked in there. And I kind of liked how it peeks out. You can see the different layers there. Bit of a tab there for this decoration I made on video, writing page, book page turned up into a pocket with a label, and then this is just a little scrappy pad that I've made from some of the offcuts, little bit of a sticker detail on the front. Pretty book page, bit of a writing spot. I've done stenciling on all of the plainer pages. Just some a book page with some details about what she's seeing in the garden. This part is folded over as a pocket for this card that I've made on video. You have a doily. I haven't done anything with the doilies because I thought you could write on those. We have Edith Holden, space to write about what you're seeing in April in the garden. In June she saw these butterflies. And this I've done as a little bit of a tuck spot. So I haven't put anything in, but you can slip a little note inside this decoration, this little cluster piece. Sewn ruffle there, and as you can see when you write on this side you can still see this pretty embellishment. I like that sort of look. Pretty book page, and in the centre. You could do a writing spot on here, but I liked the text, so I left that. Just added a couple of fussy cuts. We've got the badger and butterfly she saw in the garden, and again same sort of thing where you can write here and see the decoration. a book page pocket here, which I've just decorated with various scraps. And then in there we've got one of my frames. I do have a digital for the frames. And then in this one I've put some book page, some lace, and this anemone. Is that how you say it? So that's what she's seeing there. Space to write on the back. And I just like how that pokes out from the pocket. You just see the top of the frame. And then in the pocket itself, I've just got a couple of stickers that you can use in the journal. Notes about May, doily, book page. I've just popped a label on that one. Oh, those are falling out. The side here is another side tuck, which I've added some crochet to that one. I left that as the book page because I liked all of the pinks. In the pocket there, we've got a few of these little cards. So these are from a book, and they are related to vegetables that she's been growing in the garden. And then they're just writing spots. So we've got a few of those for sage, garlic, fennel, bay, broad bean and turnip. I thought those were really cute, so they just pop in there, and I like all of the greens poking out. And then in here is some genuine vintage ephemera, which you could tear up to collage with, you could write on the back of it, you could just keep it in the pocket. It's from 1939/1940, and it's related to land tax. So I thought it could be, you know, related to her cottage. She's keeping all of the cottage information, estate information, garden information, etc. in this folder that she's got. That's sort of the story. Vintage paper there, and then I've done this as kind of like a tip-in. So if I take that out, this is a book page from the other side, but I've done this one as a little side tuck for this big journal card. You're gonna have to excuse my dog if you can hear him. A little bit of collage on the back there. And then I turned up this part into a teeny tiny little pocket with a bit of decoration for this writing spot. And as you can see, that folds out quite prettily. Couldn't really fit anything else in there, that's actually a lot. But that's some really nice like speckled paper. Bit of stenciling. Again, you could write on this page, sticker and the word fresh in the corner there. I just really like how everything just peeps out. You can just see, you know, pinks and yeah, it's lovely. Here we've got a little bit of a tab, and that folds out for this pocket, and this comes from a Beatrix Potter book, and I've got another frame in there as a journal card, and then I've got this made from my scraps, just a tag. So they go in there. I did think to put a writing spot here, but again, I just really like the combination of different text with the things that I've made. So I haven't put anything there, but you could if you wanted. And again, same as that, I liked the text. It just, I feel like it flows with the pictures, and then you can just see the peaks of interesting text coming through. And then I've got a little cluster there just to decorate that, and a little bit of stenciling. And that's that first signature. Here we are on to the second signature. So this is some book page with a label. I just felt like it looked kind of like a little notebook. Here are the plants and insects that she saw in the northwest boundary of her garden. Vintage paper writing spot. One of my book page pockets that I did in some kind of scrap busting challenge last year. So let me just show you. These are some of the butterflies and plants that she's been seeing. And then she's got tea cards in there for the different plants. And this is just a writing spot, but it kind of looked vintagey, so that's why that's in there. So, and those tea cards are genuine vintage ones. And then in the back there, we've got this genuine vintage ephemera from 1959. It's a check, and I'm just going to pretend it's related to her garden. You could write on the back of it, you could use it in some collage, or you can just admire it for it's got a nice pretty purple colour to it. And then we've got some faux vintage ephemera from a digital, and that's just a journal card. I made this from some packaging, and then a clock from the Journal Boat, who I don't think is on Etsy anymore. And then I've got a couple more of those faux vintage writing spots. So they're just folded up in there. Again, I kind of wanted it to be botanicals, but with the vintage elements where she's keeping things related to her cottage. Doily, nice book page again. Didn't do anything to the Edith Holden because I liked it as it was, and you could also read about the different plants. This, I have to point this out because I thought this was so cute. So this is from a genuine vintage paper. It might have been from an atlas. And it says at the top, from Panady Cottage to Exeter motorway, 40 miles. And I kind of imagined that being, this is the cottage, so Panady Cottage is the cottage that this garden folder is for. That's, yeah, I just wanted to call that out because I love that kind of thing. Bit of stenciling. Got the pretty butterflies from the book page, and then I've popped this little decoration on the front there because it was a little bit of an inscription that was the wrong way round, so I've covered that. And this is the wren. We're going to pretend it's a wren that she's seen in the garden. I've got one of my clusters here. I have a video coming out for that very soon if you've not already seen it. Just for some tea-dyed writing paper. Of course you could write on the back there as well. And another one of those vintage writing spots. So I really like that, and then we can pretend that this is the bird she's seeing in the garden and a little bit of stuff. Tomatoes she's been growing. This is the window. She can see daisies and trees from the window of her cottage. But of course you could write on here or just read the nice inscription about gardening. That's from a book. And then here another pretty book page. We've got another couple of those writing spots. So this is for onion and peas. And in autumn 1988 she made rosehip and raisin wine and apple wine. So all about the garden. She loves her garden and everything that comes with it. So this is just clipped on, so you could write here. This is one of the pieces we've made in some of the scrap busting stuff I've been doing. So that's a writing spot, but you could also pop it down as a side tuck, a belly band, whatever you want to use it for. But that's just clipped in, so it gives you the opportunity to decide. Another cluster up there, which I've done as an up tuck. Of course you could write on the back there. And in here we've got some faux vintage ephemera of a cash receipt. And then I've got one of these little garden cards, which is about the crabapple. It shows when the fruit is ripe, how big it grows. It's a little writing spot. And I wanted it to be little bits and pieces that she's learning about her garden. She's taking notes, so she knows to look for the crabapples in September. So that's that. Writing spot. I've got one of my pockets here, which I did in some other scrap busting challenge. So it's actually got 3 pockets in this one. So one at the bottom there. This is also a pocket, I just haven't put anything in, and then the whole thing is a pocket. So we've just got a sticker you can use in the journal and another one of those cards, this time for white campion. And then in there we've got a tag I've made from the Edith Holden scraps with the beautiful thistles. Sorry, can't get my words out today. Space to write on the back. This is a pocket, but it was also a flip-up writing spot with just a bit of decoration and stenciling on the inside. So we've got spring showers. Again, made from my scraps. So this is, on this date, she saw this blue tit in the garden. So just space to write on there. And then another journaling spot goes in there. I love how those just sort of fan out of the pocket like that. I've got one of the tag book page pockets that I did on a video. Obviously it's a fairy, but we can just pretend she saw something like that in the garden. And I've just got a stamped ticket, and these 2 are genuine vintage. Another tea card, this time for trees, and some vintage tickets. But you could, change those out for something else. Other side of the doily, I've got another one of my like scrappy cluster things, and this card that I've designed myself. So that just goes in like so. Here we've got another corner pocket. This time this one is, the decoration is on the card, so you can write on this, and that is the lace decoration with a bit down there. In there I've got a country diary envelope and writing paper. That's from some vintage Marks and Spencer's kit. It's just a simple tag. I haven't decorated this because I really liked the flowers on it, but you could add more. And then this is from the Country Diary scrapbooking kit. It's just a space to write, or you could use it, you know, to decorate a page or a tag or something. Writing spot. Here we've got another tip-in or thing that I did. I can't quite remember now. But we've got one of my scrappy strip page edge things. So we've got a bit of a B tab there saying 754, and I've also done it on the other side. So you can also see that on the back. So it's a space to write, and then I've also got this new home address card. So that pops out for writing on, and you can write on the back there some secret notes. I've used some of those photo corner things. And then this is her cottage, and she's just keeping mementos from, you know, when she moved in and all of that. So that goes in there. And then last but not least, last page, I've done, yes, that's right, it was a flip out tip in that I added to this book page because it was a bit too short. So on the back there I've joined it with the crochet just to hide the join, and then I added these little details here. I felt like this kind of looked like, you know, kind of like a notebook, but you could also write a date there and then do your journaling. Rub-on sticker, dragonfly, and there's the back of the other book page, which again we're seeing wood mouse and bluebells and different things in her garden. And I showed you the back already, didn't I? Oh gosh, there we go. That is a lot to get through with 2 signatures, but I thoroughly enjoyed making it. I'm really happy with it. I hope that you like how it's turned out. As I said, there is start to finish videos available for my paid patron members. You can be on, you know, any tier of the patron to see exactly how this came together. I just did a little bit of the embellishing off screen. Mainly the second signature, I just did a few bits off screen and then just, you know, little finishing touches. But I'm really happy with it. So this is now, as you might have guessed, going into my Etsy shop very soon. I just wanted to come on and do the flip through. So yeah, as I said, it's called Cottage Garden, and the idea is, you know, somebody keeping notes and things about their garden in this sort of folder. And that's why I haven't done a closure, in case anyone's wondering. It's sitting nice and flat, so it doesn't really need one. But also I kind of liked this looking like a folder that you're just kind of, you know, throwing bits in kind of thing. So yeah, I like my journals to have stories, so that's the one for this one. So I hope you like it. I'm really pleased with it. And stay tuned for the next journal, which I'll be starting very soon. Thanks so much then, and I'll speak to you very soon. Bye bye for now.